Well, hey, Shell.
Hey there, how are you doing, Lise?
I'm doing good. So,
Good.
in our podcast today, you're a voice that we don't normally hear from.
That is very true. I
It's
decided it was time to get my voice in the mix.
unusual. Well, now that we've changed the podcast from overcoming writer's block, which you were like, meh, to sidetrack stories,
Hmm.
we are really focusing on the stories that we tell ourselves and the stories that we are creating in our lives to become and really influence the people who we want to be.
Hmm. Absolutely.
And you and I have been talking recently about some different things in your life that I thought, oh my God, this would be so applicable to so many people. And I just love talking about it. And it's a topic that we haven't really hit upon much recently.
Nope, we
So,
haven't.
what we are talking about is your ability and your interest in home organization and home
Yes.
cleaning.
Hmm.
And recently, we've taken it to a kind of a whole new level. So we've been working together to do some goal setting. And one of your latest goals is to really get your house under control. It's
Hmm.
not that it's a trash pit. You're not a hoarder.
Hmm.
You're not somebody who, people walk in your house and go, ugh, but for whatever reason, well, we'll talk about two different reasons
Hmm.
why you
Hmm.
really do want to have your house under control.
Hmm.
It's something that you're having a lot of fun with these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you are using a program that you found online called the
Actually,
Flylady.
you
What
introduced me to it.
did I really?
You did. Yep.
Well,
You
that
said
was a
you should
hundred
check.
years ago.
Yeah, you said you should check this out.
Huh.
And yeah, so it's the Flylady system, and it's based off of sidetracked home executives who were started in the 70s, and I believe they've passed away at this point. I don't know for sure, but or
No.
at least I think one of them did.
Okay.
But anyway, so the Flylady system, like I said, is based off the sidetracked home executive system, and it's just breaking the cleaning stuff down into just doing a little bit each day. And some people say that the Fly Lady system is overwhelming and stuff, and I take out of it what I want. I don't follow it religiously like it's gospel, but I take it, make it work for me.
Okay.
So, basically
Well,
using, like I said, using the premise that just doing a little bit each day.
okay. And I think there are two reasons why you really do want to have your house under control and focus at some point or another on your living space in terms of um, a goal. And I think those two areas are when you live or have a disorganized space, it stops your achievement in other areas. And the second thing is that when you do achieve in one area, it gives you energy to achieve in others. So those are
Yeah.
the two things we're going to talk about today.
Hmm.
So first of all, I think having a disorganized house stops your achievement in a variety of areas.
It absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Environment has always been extremely important to me, and how
Mhm.
things look and
Us.
feel. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I just, when things are a mess, and I wasn't paying enough attention, so she had to join.
She's
Uh,
got it right now. If you're just listening to us, you'll have to check out the video because we have Michelle with a cat head, and it's like
yeah.
Steve. What is that? Steve. He had the arrow going through his head.
Oh, Steve Martin. Yeah.
Steve Martin. He had the arrow and the
You're
feathers. You had a cat
a
head and a
cat
tail
tail. Yeah,
coming out from your head.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, because she jumped up on the back of my chair. Yeah, because I'm not paying enough attention to her. But
Okay, we were saying about your house and
oh
your
yeah,
environment means
you know,
so much.
environment, yeah, meaning so much. And so when things are messy, it just, it sucks the energy out of you. It's like
Yeah.
the one big thing with Fly Lady is having your kitchen clean every night. And you kind of think, not that's not that big a deal. And I found it makes when the kitchen is clean, or at least picked up, and the sink is empty and cleaned up, the next day it's like, it seems more manageable for some reason. And because in my house the kitchen is like the central part of the house, and it just, yeah, when it's cleaned or picked up, and if you do it every night, it's not that big a deal. And I'm not saying the entire kitchen, like mopping the floor and all that kind of stuff. I'm saying just even the sink area. You got the dishes in the dishwasher, you run it at night. You clean up your sink, wipe it down so that it's not, got grungy, gunky stuff in it. And yeah, then the next morning it's like, okay, this feels good. It's like you're starting the day fresh every day.
Is that the
Um,
only kitchen thing that the system wants you to focus on at night before bed?
I have not read the website from cover to cover. I mean, that's what I took out of it.
Okay.
Is just, one of the nightly tasks was, to shine your sink. And I mean, some people go to the extreme of, using the baking soda and vinegar to, basically, you know, disinfect and sterilize whatever. I just use my Comet, and as long as my sink is clean,
Well,
I'm good.
I do, it ebbs and flows, but
Hmm.
I do that. And you're
Right.
right. I probably did get it from this website. Was I really want to have the dishes in the dishwasher, nothing in the sink, and
Hmm.
the sink cleaned
Hmm.
before I go to bed at night.
Yep.
And
Yep.
the I use stainless steel cleaner on
Okay. All
mine, a
right.
spray. So I spray it so I don't comet it or
Yeah. My
whatever
sink
every
it.
night.
Yeah. I use, or like it's bartender's helper or best friend or something like that, or
Hmm.
I something like that. But usually I like use a liquid kind or whatever, but still, just a little swish swish swish, and I'm yeah, it takes me 5 minutes to do it. And again, I've got a cat on my shoulder now. Anyway, it's just, if you do it every night, then, and every 2 days I start my dishwasher because I don't have a whole, huge family at home anymore.
Just you
And
and Brad, yeah, your son.
yeah, just me and Brad. Yeah. So then I in the morning I can empty my dishwasher and start over again. And it's just, yeah. The other thing I do at night is I get my coffee prepped for the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get that ready to just push a button the next morning. So
And
that way I don't have to do that.
what what's so interesting is when you're trying to achieve things, whether it's writing a blog or creating a piece of artwork or playing your ukulele. I think for myself is even though I say I want to do that, it's the middle of a Saturday and it's a gorgeous day. It's like, oh, but I really should,
Yeah.
put the
Yeah.
dishes away before I do this, even if it's a fun
Hmm.
thing. And I don't know
Hmm.
why that is. So it's almost like when you, like I said, when you have something disorganized in your house, it stops me from doing the things I love. I use it as
Oh
an
yeah,
excuse. And
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
that's so it's frustrating. So
Right.
you're like
Yeah.
circumventing that frustration. You're getting that out of the way. So it's not
Hmm.
there looming and pending and stopping you from doing the stuff that you want
Yep.
to do.
Now, I mean, I'm not, like I say, you're supposed to do a little bit every day, and then there are certain, then every week there is a particular zone of your house that you take care of. So, like right now, this week, the zone is the kitchen. And so when you work on a zone, you're doing the deep cleaning of stuff. And I don't necessarily, again, they, with Flylady, they're saying, empty this cupboard and clean this out. And, I don't necessarily do that part, but I organize different areas, and I clean, like I clean different areas that might not normally get cleaned on a weekly basis, but you're hitting that area once a month. So like next month when I get to kitchen, okay, I won't have to organize all the cupboards because they should already be organized, but now
Mhm.
maybe I can do a little bit more
Or of
cleaning,
the
or
12 cupboards that you've got,
yeah,
8 of them will be organized. So maybe you'll
right,
catch
yeah, maybe
two
I
of them next month. Yeah.
exactly, yeah, so it's like, but
Because you
I
kind
found,
of have had this energy to do this thing, over the
well,
last week, like a
well,
crazy woman.
what I found though, I like the organizing of the areas better than the cleaning of the areas. So
Mm.
it's like in the kitchen, I've organized all my cupboards and stuff. I haven't cleaned the fridge or cleaned underneath the fridge or things like that. but I've organized every cupboard known to man, you know. I also, my weekly cleaning has kind of, kind of takes a hit because I prefer doing the zone stuff as opposed to the weekly, you know, dusting everything and vacuuming everything and all that kind of stuff, you know. So yeah, I tend to prefer the organizing aspect of things more than the cleaning aspect of things. So,
Well,
but
but the
if things,
organizing, don't you feel like when you walk around, that's the hard stuff. I mean, I think many people would consider that the hard part.
yeah, yeah, many people would, yeah. And that's the part that just makes me vibrate. I love the organizing and being able to put things in bins and label, it would put labels on it and oh, hallelujah. You know,
Well, I mean,
that,
a while ago, I did I don't know if it was was it a podcast or was it a blog post? And it was called something about organizing your sock drawer.
okay.
And it was really fun because it was amazing how organizing even one little space in my bedroom, it I don't know, there's something about organizing that
Mhm.
gives some energy that cleaning doesn't. You don't organize
Oh,
all the time. You have to
hmm,
clean all the time.
hmm. Yep.
Organizing, I don't know, it was the purging, it was the making it look pretty. Maybe that's why Marie Kondo is so popular.
Yeah. Well, another thing is that it was after you read the book, Does This Clutter Make My Butt Look Fat? That you shared information from that from me to me, and we had talked about organizing stuff, and I've gone through and I've organized my sock drawer and my underwear drawer and all those kind of things. And it's amazing when my sock drawer is organized, it for some reason things just move faster in the morning. You know, it's like I don't have to dig and search for this and just getting rid of the extra crap in your life. You know, it's like, if I haven't worn a pair of socks in 3 years, why am I keeping them? If I haven't, in my kitchen, if I found, bar glasses that I haven't used in 25 years, they literally
Whoa,
moved
whoa, whoa,
with me.
whoa, 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 whoa. 25 years?
Well, I say 25 years because that was when I moved into this house. And so they were in the back of the cupboard of the glasses, and they were so covered in grease and dust and dirt. I know that they have not been touched in 25 years. And it's like,
Mhm.
why am I keeping these? And mom absolutely had a coronary because I found some margarita glasses and I love margaritas. Do I have to drink it in a margarita glass? No. Well, Judy and mom both agree that margarita tastes better in a margarita glass. Yeah, so I was like, I'll take the margarita glasses. I'm like, no, you don't need them. And I got rid of
Yeah.
them. So I made the executive decision to declutter for her. But it's like,
Mhm.
and I said the beer steins. I know it's like no one in our family in 25 years. I've never had anybody say, "Do you have a glass that I can pour this beer into?" No. Now, if we had, a beer tapper or something, fine, maybe you'd use those. But we don't. I don't plan on having one. And guess what? If I decide to get one, I'll buy new. But buy, somebody else can use those beer steins. It's just like it's all just clutter that it just weighs you down and
And I think
you
that's
don't.
also the whole concept behind the minimalist
Mhm.
movement
Yep.
is getting rid of the stuff that weighs you down. Or the
Mhm.
Marie Kondo concept. Get rid of it. If it doesn't spark joy,
Yep.
get rid of it.
Now, the one place that I have a really hard time,
Where you're going,
my
craft
craft
supplies.
supplies. I have got every paint and paintbrush and cup turners and alcohol inks and markers and stencils
And cricket
and
vinyls.
yes, and yeah, and because I if I'm gonna do a project, I want to have all the things to all the things. Yeah, so that is the one place that I try
It's
organizing or
organized though.
it's organized, but to purge, oh yeah,
Yeah, that ain't happening. No.
no, no,
So purge where you can, and that has
purge where you
made you
can.
feel really good and
Yeah, yep,
lighter. And I think,
yep,
if I remember correctly, the book "Does This Clutter Make My Butt Look Fat?" by, we looked this up before the podcast, by Peter Walsh.
Yes.
he is or was a home organizing person with that show on Bravo, or
Oh,
it
I have
was
no idea.
um, where what they found was they did these five guys would come in and help a person, kind of
Okay.
revitalize their life, and this
Mm-hmm.
and this and this. They get a makeover, and their main floor would be cleaned up, and they anyway.
Was it the keep um junk, and they had tarps out in the back like for keep junk and donate?
I don't
Was
know
it
if
that guy?
that's them or not,
No?
but
Okay.
anyway, what it boils down to is then they would revisit these people after 6 months and say, are you still coloring your hair? Are you still feeling good? Is your house still cleaned up in all these different areas? And what they found was when these people got rid of all this clutter in their life, they lost weight. And so that's where the
Really
title came from.
interesting.
Does this clutter make
Okay.
my butt look fat? It was,
Sure.
once they liked cooking in their kitchen again, they were making better foods and better food choices. And
Interesting.
yeah, it was interesting how this goes into the second thing we wanted to talk about today, is how achievement in one area gives you energy to
Mm-hmm.
achieve in another area.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Just, like I said, just having my kitchen clean right now, or kitchen organized, it's like, okay, now what can I, and all of a sudden I'm like motivated. It's like, what can I tackle next? It's like,
Yes.
ooh, what's my next zone? Because it feels good to have that organized.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
or just even, okay, now that I've got that done, maybe I should move over here and try and organize this area. um yeah, it does it, and even not just cleaning and organizing, but it's just like it it lightens my mood.
Why
Yeah.
is that?
I
What is that all about?
That I don't know.
Hmm.
um but like I walk through my kitchen and I look around and I go, this looks good, this feels good. And it's like, and also it, by doing a little bit each day, if somebody, if one of the kids is home and they suddenly want to bring somebody over, I'm not going, oh my God, what,
Yeah.
God, don't look at my floor, or oh my God, this looks horrible. It's like I'm not freaking out about that. It's like, bring anybody over anytime.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
it's like I don't have a sink full of dirty dishes, and I don't have, all of that kind of stuff. It
Yeah.
just frees you up to, yeah, to do what you want to do.
Mhm.
And it just makes my whole mood feel lighter. So,
Now, when we talked about starting this,
hmm
you know, I was, I know that you like to clean, or not necessarily clean, but organize.
hmm
And
hmm
I said to you during the first week of this project, don't set a goal for yourself. Just yet now, I know it's organized in lists, right?
hmm
And
hmm
I said to start out, just look at it and yeah.
I
What are
am the
you
type
holding
of
there,
person.
Shell?
I'm the type of person that loves checklists. And I mean, with a checklist, I love being able to cross something off my checklist. And
Mhm.
so I'll even write on my to-do list, after I've done it, I'll write make my bed so that I can cross off make my bed. Because, yeah, I'm so, I mean, with the Fly Lady, like I said, I don't do it religiously the way that she says, but I took the idea, the concepts, and I took a majority of it, but I made it
Mhm.
work for me. And so I literally made 5x7 cards for each day of the week. I made pretty little cards in Canva and printed them off, and I even laminated them, that says, okay, so Monday, here are my tasks. But so what I can do with this is I can actually just, because it's laminated, I can just, cross off each item as I do it. So I've
Mhm.
got one for each day of the week.
What kind of a
And then
marker do you use? An Expo? Do you use a Sharpie? What do you use?
for just I would, oh, actually, I would use I use the dry erase.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah, but and then I've got a daily plan. This one I don't this one actually needs updating because I don't follow this as much. Because this, I shouldn't have laminated this one just yet because it has some old stuff on it. But
Mm.
anyway, because that daily plan kind of sometimes changes. But and then I've got for each of the zones, so I consider it my deep cleaning. So it's like, zone one is the entrance, front porch, and dining room for me. And again, the Fly Lady has certain zones that you tackle one each week, but sometimes, so maybe her zones didn't coincide with rooms of my house. So I
Mhm.
tweaked it and I said, okay, so in this particular room, what are the things that don't normally get covered, so like for the kitchen area, I mean, I listed every single cupboard in my kitchen as a cupboard to organize or clean. Well,
Mhm.
she doesn't have a list, she doesn't
No,
have all of those and things like that.
but you like
um
being able to cross off things. So you actually
exactly,
added each cupboard into your list.
exactly,
Mhm.
yes, yep, absolutely.
And
And I
when you
just
do this, how does it make
Mhm.
you feel?
Oh, I love crossing things off my list. Yeah, I love it. Now, like this week, I really haven't done my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday stuff, but my zone,
Mm.
I'm probably going to hit the end of all the stuff for my zone this week
Okay,
because I
well,
like organizing the kitchen.
we talked, I wanted to talk about that for just a second.
Yeah.
It's starting this. So this is a part of the process that you and I are working on for the next several weeks.
hmm
And starting it out, her program basically is it 4 weeks?
Hurt five
5 weeks.
weeks.
Okay. But I'm going to be working with you on this for 12 weeks. And so
Yes.
this first week, I said, just you've got them laminated, just kind
hmm
of play around with it.
hmm
What does feel doable to you? Don't
hmm
set a goal. Don't say I have, what's my minimum standard requirement? Just kind of,
hmm See what
play
I
with
get
it.
done.
What comes naturally and easily is kind of
hmm
where you're starting.
Yeah. And like I said, this week I didn't my cleaning went by the wayside. I didn't do my cleaning.
Mm-hmm,
But I'm focusing on the zone. Now
mm-hmm.
next week may be totally different because next week's zone includes bathrooms and my office. So yeah. So
Now, when you go, oh, why does that elicit? What is the
well
feeling that's coming up for you in those?
well
It's not as
because it's like it's not as fun because it's already been organized, so now I'm getting more to the cleaning.
fun. Mm-hmm.
Because like, and then, dusting, like cleaning the light fixtures and all the knickknacks and, in my office doing my filing. I don't think I've done filing in a year. So I've got a lot of filing to do. So that could take a whole week in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So yeah, next week's zone won't be fun. So I probably will do more of my weekly cleaning. And then I will have, and then I still have my filing to do. So, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's if I were to do all of the tasks that I've got listed, it's probably a little grandiose. And the zones, you're only supposed to hit those for 15 minutes a day. And if it's only 15 minutes a day, guess what? I'm not going to get a whole lot done.
Right,
Um,
right. So you've
and so
really been focusing on the
I've been
zones and
I've been focusing on the zones, yeah. So, and
interesting.
and also, like the daily tasks, like let's say for today, Saturday. So is it my tasks are theoretically zone clean for 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then what they call weekly home blessing, which for me would be dusting, dust mopping, vacuuming, mopping, and then dehairing my couches.
Dust mopping.
Well,
We used
like
to
so
dust mop when mom had a fuzzy triangular shaped dust mop that we would
Mhm.
dust mop underneath the beds and stuff.
Yeah.
Does
So
anybody
because
dust mop anymore?
yeah, I do all the
Do
time.
you?
But not all the time because like under my buffet, my vacuum won't get underneath the buffet because there's a crossbar.
Uh-huh.
And so I dust mop to get behind there and get.
Don't you use like a Swiffer?
Oh, yeah, but I use that, I I have
Is that the
from
same thing?
Norwex. I have it from Norwex. It's a dust mop because my vacuum I have a Roomba that vacuums every day, but there's still places that it can't get, and so I use the dust mop because I've got hardwood floors and tile, and so I use the dust mop to get in the corners where the Roomba can't get
Where
to.
Alice can't get.
Yeah, Alice after the Brady Bunch made. So that's my Roomba. So,
Gotcha.
but so the weekly home blessing, I mean, my house is not that huge. So between dusting, dust mopping, vacuuming, mopping, we're talking, let's say, an hour and a half. Really shouldn't, and because I don't have to do a totally immaculate job because I've also got weekly home blessing on another day.
Hmm.
So,
And home blessing is just a short little, is it
yeah,
15 minutes?
no, no. I mean, because weekly home blessing, I mean,
Oh, the
and okay,
weekly home blessing. I thought there was a
yes,
daily. Isn't there a daily too in
no,
your program?
there might be, but that,
Yeah.
I don't do that. And like tomorrow. tomorrow, tomorrow, like the stuff that I have on my list for Sunday. Well, the 27 fling boogie is something that is from Flylady. So you get rid of 27 things in your house,
And
wherever it might
why is
be.
it 27?
I have no idea where the number 27 came from. I have no idea. But
Huh.
like, if I'm organizing my Tupperware, I know I got 27 pieces of Tupperware I could get rid of. And actually, I probably could consider that one done because I got rid of all that extra glassware,
Ooh,
you know.
nice.
But
Yeah.
also like on Sunday, she doesn't have this on, I don't believe she has this on the Fly Lady, but I'm buying my groceries. I have my meal prepping on Sundays. Also I have on my list giving myself a manicure. So just, taking care of my nails on Sundays. And also I have brushing the dogs and cats. So those are things that she doesn't have on her list, but like that's where I say I've taken her list and I've tweaked it to work what works for me,
Hmm,
you
hmm,
know, because she doesn't have, doing zone cleaning every day, but I have it more often than she does.
hmm.
So, I've just, like I said, I've modified it to make it what I think is workable for my life and my wants.
So when
So,
you do these activities, are
yep.
they in the morning? Are they at lunch? Are they outside of your workday? Are they in the evening? When do you do this stuff?
Uh, a little bit in like in the kitchen, I'll be, emptying the dishwasher in the morning.
Hmm,
Lunchtime, I may take 15 minutes and declutter an area or do a little bit of dust apart. After work, I do a little bit, so I do a little bit throughout the whole day. So it's
hmm,
not like an hour block here or an hour block there.
hmm.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
whenever I
it's
can fit it
something
in.
that I really have a sense of your energy as you talk about this. It
Hmm.
really
Hmm.
does give energy to achieve something in this area for you.
Hmm.
And I can really see it once, I mean, really sitting down with me. Well, I've been your coach. And
Hmm.
like I said, we're going to be working on this area for 12 weeks.
Yep.
And seeing you so revved up about
Hmm.
these and having me holding you accountable to
Hmm.
following through, not just, giving that first week push and then going, ooh, bathrooms. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know that you're going to be getting together with me and I'm going to say, okay, so what,
Yeah.
if you're not doing the bathrooms, what are you doing this week with
Yep.
your home and achieving in that area? Because you've got some big plans and you want to
Yeah.
use this as a springboard to set yourself up for some success in later accomplishments.
Well, and I think another thing that helped me get started with this was when a couple of years ago having the basement redone.
Mm.
When they had to do the concrete, and I had to
Yep.
go through and take things off the walls and put things in the middle of the room, and because they were I was having water in the basement, so they fixed all that.
Hmm.
But because of that, had to do that with all my whole storage area. So
That
at
was a
that
big
point,
job.
Mom came over and we went through my whole storage area and we purged and got rid of a lot of crap. I mean, the kids' toy room, I had 9 bags of what we call schnibbles, all the little bitty pieces of random games that no longer, we didn't have the games or anything, or random
Felt
baseball cards that from
so
just,
good. Yes.
yeah, yeah. And so yeah, we call them schnibbles, just random little broken pieces, McDonald's toys, or I mean, I had stuff in there from when the kids are babies, and my oldest is 28 and my youngest is 22. So I mean, I still had baby toys, and it was like I saved some of the stuff that I want for grandkids and stuff, but you know,
Mhm,
that was very minimal, and I saved board games that were still intact,
mhm.
that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I think that was one thing that
The other
jump
stuff
started.
went. Yes.
Yeah, so now my storage room, it's like I actually have room on my shelves for things,
Yep.
which I didn't before. So, and that allowed me my whole toy room downstairs. It's an old canning cellar.
Hmm.
And so now I've actually got toys that we painted it, we cleaned it up. I've got all my tools in there now, so it's a tool room slash all my paints go there. I mean, it just I walk in that room and again I go, oh, because all my paint
Yes.
rollers and all that stuff is all on one wall on a pegboard with all my tools, and everything is in one place and it's organized and it's clean and it's like, ah, love it.
You are like the epitome, the example of somebody who just really gets a lot of energy and joy and excitement from having your home organized.
Organizing.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, love it. I love being able to put things in bins and boxes and on a
Mhm, mhm.
pegboard, and oh yeah. I've even
Cool.
done that in my garage, and yeah, oh yeah. So,
So if you were to give some advice to
hmm
somebody about a little place they could start,
hmm
anywhere, I mean, like I said, a while ago, I believe I was talking, I don't remember what we were talking or writing about, but I talked about organizing your sock drawer.
hmm
I also have talked about um I believe at my nightstand next to my bed.
hmm
I have taken the steps to organize and clean out the silverware drawer in my kitchen.
hmm hmm hmm
Where do you think a good starting spot is for somebody who would
Um,
like to
excuse
begin
me.
their journey to organization, to be able to achieve, to start that's having that sense of achievement?
I'm trying to think of what the room is called. I was just looking at Judy's house. Her laundry area, laundry area where she has all of her cleaning supplies and the dog supplies and all of that.
Yeah.
That was a place that has a lot of clutter. And I
Hmm.
was thinking if for her that room would be the first one that I would organize, because clean up that clutter, and then you've got someplace to go with other things, like from the kitchen in her case.
Hmm.
Some of the big appliances that she doesn't use on a frequent basis could go into a cupboard in that extra room. Basically, it's like a back hallway.
Hmm.
So it's like I think of basically like closets in the I'm thinking main floor. If there's closets that could be cleaned up, that could hold some of the like I said, in the kitchen, the bigger appliances or something. So if you had the closets to clean up first, because then you've got a place to go with some of the other things, and you kind of got to think of where you got to clean up a storage area first, so that you have
Hmm.
some place to go with the
Okay.
clutter, or
So
the
that's
stuff you
what you'd
need to.
recommend. And that overwhelms
Yeah.
me. That makes me go,
hmm
the
for
storage
you
area. I mean, but
for well,
that's where you started.
for
And
you, the
yeah,
place that I would start on your main floor
yeah,
would be your laundry room area.
yeah,
That
you're
that
probably
room
right.
needs some cleanup, because then you could go someplace with that stuff. Um,
Yep.
so that would be the first room I would work on in your house.
Okay. I will over this next week, I will take a before and after picture. How does that sound for
There you go.
commitment?
Yep.
Right
And
now,
and for your
it
house, the
is so
garage.
embarrassing. Right now, if you came over, you would go, fucking A. Yeah. You have no idea. I've taken a clutter picture once before and posted
Yeah.
it, and it was like, oh, give me a break. This did not look cluttered. Oh my God. This one,
You'll be able to tell the night and day. Well, I should sometime. I have posted before what the toy room used to look like. With the kid, like when I was, when I'd have to go clean it. I mean, there were literally like toys like oozing out of the toy. Oh, used to make me just
oh,
crazy.
right now, I mean, yeah, okay. I've taken this as a personal challenge. We'll see what I can
Okay,
do this week. I
awesome.
will, I will take this upon I will create a personal challenge for myself.
Okay.
Within the next 7 days,
Yep.
there is a wall of cubbies.
Mm-hmm.
There is the washer and dryer. There is a shelf above the washer and dryer, and there are two cupboards and a cupboard
Mm-hmm.
and a skunky area along the wall where we feed the dogs. It is
Mm-hmm.
the worst, most ugliest area in my entire house,
Mm-hmm.
but it's small.
Mm-hmm.
So with that,
Yep.
okay, I have a challenge. I think you're inspiring me, Michelle.
Well, there's a first for everything.
Cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, you are definitely somebody who knows how to fly and organize and
Not necessarily clean. I mean, I know how to clean. I just don't like to clean. But I
but if
definitely
we're
can.
seeking to, achieve things
Mhm.
and really have purpose and do stuff with our lives and for ourselves that give us the energy to have the kind of life that we want to have.
Mhm.
This is important information and this is inspiring. So I'm feeling inspired.
Awesome.
So, okay, with that, let's rock on, girl.
All right, let's fly.
Love
Woohoo!
you.
Love you too.
Talk to you later. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.